Hi guys, how are you?
How we doing?
Really good. We love your jumper. It's very on
Solid
brand.
sweater.
It was the most Twisters thing I could find in my house. So, first of all, after watching Twisters, I just went back home and Googled behind the scenes because I really wanted to see how it was done. So my question for you is, I mean, did something particular surprise you while you were shooting? Like, I can't believe they actually did this in this particular way.
You never really know what's going to happen when you get there, for sure. Like,
Yeah.
there's a plan, and you're like, okay, yeah, I kind of thought that they shoot it like that, but then you're like, but you still don't know what's going to happen, and you're still not prepared to be pelted with rain and be wet all day, and the rain and the wind hitting you while you're inside trying to do it's.
I think the debris rigs. So, like, we have, a lot of Spielberg's, top-notch, department heads on this film, and one of the things that they would build was these rigs, whether it was jet engines or fans or any of these things that could like move or be planted down in the street to like throw things across the street. So a lot of the stuff that you see in the movie, I think I was surprised by that, just like the sheer power of turning on a jet engine on Main Street, and what does that do? Like, that's something that you can't really fake, with visual effects. Like that, to see something practically breaking and toppling down, that's something that's hard to fake. And I think I think the extent that they went to with practical special effects was really impressive.
Yeah, I think I was most surprised about how little we did on green screen. Like, we were really out in the sticks of Oklahoma under that big sky, like out there chasing, and I was surprised by how much of it happened for real, and how few things were green screen. So that was super cool.
And this movie is about home, like, your character Daisy is coming back home and there's a lot of connection and love. So my question is, what is home for you guys in particular?
I think I feel really at home on a film set now. I think I think I love the rapport of just like your cup of coffee in the morning, you're like gossiping in the makeup chair, you're like the schedule of it. Like, I think the part of like just the sort of team effort that it takes to make a film, I like feel so at home when I'm working with a team of people to make a piece of art. So I think that I'm starting to feel quite at home there.
That's a really great way to feel. Also, Daisy's the nicest person in the world, so you make everybody feel very at home when you're in that. And also, your gossip in the trailer was so good.
Oh, cool.
Always have the tea.
Always have the tea.
No,
but it really is true. This was a real family, and being in Oklahoma, we were all far away from our homes and our families, and it was really nice to to have that experience with just really great people, because you're stuck in trucks together for very long periods of time. If we didn't like each other, it would have been a disaster.
hot and smelly.
And well, finally, to wrap up, I'm going to see Twisters again next week. So I really like when that happens, when you really want to see a movie for the second time, for the third time. So what are movies that you have watched in the past and you were like, yeah, I actually saw this movie a million times?
For me, actually, both Top Guns. I was a huge fan of the original. Tom Cruise was my first ever crush when I was like a kid. And then I rewatched that film a lot of times, and then Jason Maverick was so brilliant. So I've rewatched that. I watched it on the plane again.
Oh, really?
Which was very fun. Yeah.
It's a good plane movie.
It's a good plane.
Really doubling down on the planes. Yeah. I was a kid. I mean, Jurassic Park is one I've watched till it broke, and that's it's pretty cool to be with Frank Marshall, who's the producer of this movie, and get some great Jurassic Park stories and everything he's done. He's been at the center of a lot of my favorite summers of movies for a very long time.
Right. And Anthony?
Right, the Rocky movies, all of them.
Oh,
Every
of
single
course.
one. Even Creed, going into Creed.